everyone, welcome to Fame World Educational Hub. Myself, Aishwarya Saxena, and I hope you are a subscriber of Fame World Educational Hub. If you have not yet subscribed this channel, I request you to subscribe the channel and also press the notification bell for the latest uploads. You can see the playlist section. You can just go to the playlist section and you will find numerous courses available here for the free. So you do not have to pay any cost for this, and you can just find your relevant courses here. So in the Java series today I am going to start with the control statements. So when we talk about control statements are also known as, sorry for the disturbance from my side, sorry for the disturbance. Control statements are also known as control structure or control struct. So that is also correct if I call it control structure or control struct. So there are different kinds, three types of control statements. The first one is selective statements. Another one is iterative statements. And the third one is jumping statements. So these are the three types of control statement. The first one, that is the selective statements, is basically having two different types of control statement in it. First one is if else and another one is switch case. So these are the two different types of selective statements, if else and switch case. In the iterative statements, there are again three kinds of basically iterative statements. So there are three kinds of iterative statements, and they are basically looping, for while and do while. So these are the three different types of loops available in Java. Iterative statements are basically looping statements. Looping is basically iterations when you want to do something repeatedly. If you want to do something repeatedly in your program, at that time you can use the iterative statements or the looping statement, you can say. So there are three loops: for loop, while loop and the do while loop. So there are three kinds of loop available. When we are talking about the jumping statements, there are different jumping statements available, like break, continue, return, and we have already seen that there is goto also. Goto is actually a reserved keyword. It's not being used right now in Java, but yes, exit is there and many more are there. So there are different kind of jumping statements. So today we will start with the first one, that is the if else statement. So you can just take a note of this, and it would be really helpful for you if you are maintaining the notes. Don't only watch the videos, just try the programs by yourself when we are working on the programs. And if we are going with the theoretical concept, you can just take some notes and it would be really helpful for you. So here I am going to tell you a program of even odd. So even odd, I am just taking the name of the program. So I am just coming towards the editor, and here I am just taking, I am just writing the question first of all for you. Write a program to input a number and check whether it is even or odd. So this is the question. Write a program to input a number and check whether it is even or odd. Now as we have to input a number, so I am just going to import the scanner class, because when we are we are taking inputs, we need a scanner class to input a number. Go java dot util dot scanner, then class even odd I am taking. Okay, now we will just take the public static void main, and then the scanner class object is required to be created. So I'm just creating the scanner object, scanner system.in. Now if you want to take input of a number, suppose I'm taking n here, a variable, So basically it is an identifier. You can see it's a variable, and the variables are basically identifiers that I have already told in the previous lectures. System.out .println, enter a number, n equals to ob dot next int. And now for the if condition, I'm just going to tell you the syntax of if. So I'm just removing this from here. I hope you have taken some notes of it. Okay, so when I'm talking about if else, so the syntax, that is the syntax means the format. So if first of all we have to give the condition, then the braces gets on of if, and we give some statements, then else portion come. So in the else portion also we give some statements. So basically what happens, first of all the if condition is checked. If this condition is true, if this particular condition is true, in that case it will come inside and print this statement. But if this condition gets false, then it will not come inside the block of if, and it will just go towards the else, and it will print the statements which are in the else block. So this is the syntax of if else. I'm just taking this syntax and we will just apply the same thing here. So I'm just going to take if and like what we have to do, we have to check whether the number is even or odd, and the condition for even odd is that the number should be completely divisible by 2, and we should not get any remainder. So n mod 2 equal to 0. If this condition is true, then we can just print system.out.println, and we can just print suppose n was the number, n plus n is even. We can give this a statement, and if this condition is not true, then we can just go towards the else portion, and we can just print that the number is odd. So we can just print that the number is odd. So here I will print n is odd. So let's try this. Let's try to run this program with different values, so then it will be easier for you to understand that it's working properly or not. So this is the complete program here. Okay, I'm just going to compile it, and now I'm going to run this program. We will check with it. We will check it with different values. Suppose I'm taking 45, and you know that 45 is an odd number. It's giving 45 is odd. That means it's correct. The code is going correctly. And now I'm just again going to run this program, and suppose I'm taking 42, and 42, you know, if I'm taking this number also, it is an even number. So because you can see that number is totally divisible by completely divisible by 2, and we will not get any remainder. That's why it is an even number. So let's run it once again with some different values. So you can just check it with different values, and you will get that our program is working properly or not. So I hope this particular program is clear and you are not having any problem. If you are having any queries, you can just drop your queries into the comment section. If you need some programs that I should solve it in the video, so you can just upload your question in the comment section. I will help you out in that particular program. Please share the videos and the series with your friends, so it will be helpful for them also. Don't forget to like the video, and if you are new to this channel, please subscribe. See you in the next lecture. Stay tuned.